It's Global Youth Day. Dumelang sanibonani, my name is Busiso Mtia.
And I am Manini Liputu.
Welcome to Gauteng, one of the awesome provinces in South Africa.
Yep.
We're coming to you live from Pretoria, one of the places that is also known as Jacaranda City.
Yeah.
The Jacaranda music, you get what I mean? Right, so it is called Jacaranda City simply because of the Jacaranda trees that are found in the streets, the parks, and also in gardens.
Awesome, and Pretoria is not only the administrative capital of South Africa, but it is the home to the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division. I just had to say it slow, SID. And of course you have landed here to come and have a glimpse of what the youth in all our divisions are doing in service for the GYD.
For the GYD, yes, most definitely. So we are tasked this year to distribute food and water in order for us to become practical and relevant to the people that are less fortunate.
Yes, and at the end of the day, we want each and every person to hear the voice of Jesus say to them, I was hungry, you gave me food. I was thirsty, you gave me water to drink. I was a stranger, and you visited me. So the GYD asks us to please take this initiative as an ongoing long-term thing and not just an annual event.
That's most definitely.
And the Meals on Wheels, the Meals on Wheels is actually one of the organizations in the Seventh-day Adventist Church that have done this very, on a day-to-day basis perfectly.
Most definitely. My friends actually rode from Kimberley all the way to Cape Town, and that's like 954 kilometers.
That's
to
a lot.
Only feed people that are less fortunate.
Just to feed the poor.
Let's take a look at this.
The Extreme Ride for Hunger tour is a five-day tour from Kimberley to Cape Town. We did 4 outreach programs. We went from Kimberley to Bridgetown the first day. We did an outreach project there for our Frail Care Centre, and from there we went down to Beaufort West, where we stayed over there. From Beaufort we went to Oudtshoorn, where we did an outreach project for the elderly people with food parcels. From Oudtshoorn we went uphill to Riversdale, where we served the community there as well with the outreach project. The kids, 60 kids, we gave them sanitary parcels and also stationary parcels, and we also helped the elderly people there and the poor. From Riversdale we were supposed to go to Caledon, but then we had a little detour, which was also to our benefit, but because we did another outreach project there by our Strays by a safe haven home for the children that's abused. And then from there we came all the way to Somerset West, where we cycled from the Peugeot branch to Khayelitsha Muway Hall, where we served 1,000 meals, and that's also linking into the 1,000 kilometers that the cyclists cycled.
Today we're in Khayelitsha feeding 1,000 people. Today's feeding is the climax of the Milk Cycle for Hunger, where we've had a group of 18 cyclists cycle all the way from Kimberley to Cape Town to raise awareness of the plight of the hungry in South Africa. We are proud to be part of the GYD program to feed 5,000 people.
Yes, I appreciate a lot, because as a councillor, I'm working with communities. Now, when an opportunity comes in of this nature, I become happy because we're working with poor communities around Khayelitsha. Some people, it's true that some people can go to bed without food. Some children go to school without food. So this is a huge impact that is being done by Meals on Wheels.
Queue is finally getting shorter, so we are very happy that we've reached this point in our journey or event. So so we're happy to do it.
Each day was tough, but I persevered and I just spoke, asked God for God's strength to help me, to carry me through, and that's what carried me through for this whole tour.
One of the days we went up a pass which was way hilly, but I managed to handle it. On the very same day we went up another pass which it was raining and it was very cold, so I almost caught the flu, but luckily I had doctors with me, so I was okay. I'm also happy to have helped plenty of people during this tour. the outreach actually made me see what it is that I should be appreciative to and what I have actually.
New experience for me to give food parcels and all those kind of things, and community services, which was uplifting. Makes you go to bed with a smile on your face.
First and foremost, it was really heartwarming to see the joy and the happiness on the people that we went to do the outreach programs for, and then especially the kids too. It takes the pain and the soreness out of your legs of all the riding on the bike and the heat. You just forget about that.
That was a long ride, and it is amazing that even after that long ride, they were able to still go into the community and give back. That is amazing, and it is amazing what determination and dedication can do for the ministry of service. And while we're in Cape Town, I mean, why don't we just go and see what the youth of the most beautiful city in the world, rather, can I say the world? Yes, what they are doing for the GYD.
I'm John. We as the Western Cape Adventist youth are here today at the Cape Gate, and yeah, as everyone knows, that Cape Town is in a severe drought at the moment, and as an initiative we're just sharing God's word and water, bottled water, as a sign of physical and living water. As Jesus said that He's the living water, we're sharing that with the people here.
My name is Valeska. This has been a good experience for me, sharing the gospel with all these people in their cars. I think it was a bit nerve-wracking at first because the traffic was quite thick this afternoon, but it's been encouraging to see how people are eager to take the VOP cards and to take the literature that we have to give out today, especially the people who have kids in their cars. And we know we're wanting to make a difference in children's lives, in young people's lives, so that's been encouraging for me.
Yeah, so we were handing out glow trucks at the traffic light close to Cape Gate, and what stood out for me is when I gave this one glow truck to a lady, the heading on the glow truck was, "Where is God when I'm hurting?" And I told her that it's just everyday answers on questions that you wonder about, and she was like, "Yeah, it's amazing." So it is really eye-opening to see how many young people out there today is hungry for the Word of God, and they just want someone to give it to them. They're willing just to open up if there's just some young people willing to go out and give them the Word of God.
We are here in Salarispaas village near Cape Town in South Africa, and we have with us a group of young people from the Helderberg College of Higher Education doing some wonderful outreach programs in the village, serving food and sharing gospel music with the elderly folk right here in the village.
Hallowed be. Hallowed be thy.
Hello, my name is Daniel. I'm from Mexico, but this year I'm studying here at Heidelberg College as an exchange student. And this day, as part of the Global Youth Day, a group of young students, we decided to come here to this community, Salarispaas, Cape Town, to share with these people, to the seniors, word of encouragement, to share with them the Word of God, and a little bit of food and special items and a special program. So, did you enjoy the program?
Yes, we enjoy it.
What do you think about the food? It was good?
The food was very good. All on the table. I don't know what to say because we haven't got that at home and we enjoy it.
Well, we're really glad to be here in this day and to serve the people and to share the love of God.
Talking about Cape Town, are you aware that the city is currently experiencing severe drought?
I heard about that.
Yes. The irony of it all is that the city is surrounded by water.
By water.
I mean, Camps Bay and these other places that have water.
Yeah.
And we thank all those people that are trying as much as possible to donate water there in Cape Town. Thank you so much. So we ask everyone that is visiting Cape Town to actually save a little drop that they can actually do
a bit
in order for everybody to have water there.
Just a bit. And our next story is from Zambia. Let's go see how the youth there were being hands and feet for Jesus for this Global Youth Day.
The Adventist Youths of Southern Zambia Union Conference participated in the 2018 Global Community Outreach in the water reticulation and also the cleanup of Yuka Hospital on March 11, 2018. Yuka Hospital, a Seventh-day Adventist Church health institution situated in Kalabo, Western Province of Zambia, was built in 1953 in Liyumba, a mission station of Adventism in the area. 65 years down the line, this hospital has seriously been dilapidated and yet is the hub of its catchment area, which has 43,200 people. One of the dire needs of the hospital is clean water and proper sanitation. The biggest tank, which is the main storage of water, had never been cleaned or renovated for a number of years. In the spirit of being the sermon, the Adventist youths took part in cleaning the highly mounted tank by climbing up and removing all dirt. They also extended their services by cleaning the inside and the outside surrounding of the hospital. Yuka Hospital Administrator Ms. Gillian Namele expressed gratitude at such a gesture exhibited by the young people.
To organize this same group, One Humanism Week,
This activity was, among others, graced by Pastor Forbes Mutemwa of Kalabo Mission District, as well as Pastor Martin Inambao Mate, the district leader of Liyumba Mission District. Elsewhere in the Union, the youths have also been involved in giving out foodstuffs to the street kids and to those in hospital. In view of the prevailing situation at Yuka Mission Hospital, the Adventist Youths of the Southern Zambia Union Conference have decided to adopt the Yuka Hospital Administration Block as a special and long-term GYD project.
I like the fact that the young people have adopted the Yuka Administrative Block as a long-term GYD project. And we can never, ever overemphasize the fact that GYD should lead you to a lifestyle of giving, a lifestyle of service, instead of being a once-off annual event.
Yes, most definitely. Joining us right now, it is the SID Health Ministries Director, Dr. Sikwa.
Water, the very essence of life. Without it, no living organisms can survive on this planet.
About 75% of the world is covered with water, but only 25% is usable water. The rest is seawater, which is very salty and cannot be used for our day-to-day consumption. Of the 25%, it is shocking to note that less than 1% of the water supply on Earth can be used for drinking. In just one day, about 200 million work hours are consumed by women collecting water for their families, and this is beside their day-to-day labor in search for food to put on their table for their loved ones. So the question is, how important is food and water in our lives?
Did you know that more than 70% of your body is made of water? Did you know that with babies, it's as much as more than 85% of their body weight is actually water? That is actually why babies, when they have diarrhea or vomiting, they get dehydrated and they get so sick because so much of their body is water. We are celebrating Global Youth Day today, and the theme that we are looking at is food and water. Now, in the same manner that water is important for the upkeep of the body, so is food.
Water and food is thus an essential commodity in our day-to-day lives, and it has been proved that human beings cannot live for more than a week without water.
Water is life. Without it, there's no life.
We play a lot outside, and when we get thirsty, we don't drink cool drinks, we drink water.
Water is life.
As stated by the medical experts, it is clear that food and water is indeed a precious commodity, and about 80% of the illness in some developing countries is water-related. As we have witnessed, food and water are very important for our bodies, and thus it can be used for so many things, like drinking, recreation, and of course, who can forget John 3 verse 3.
If you are just joining us, we are coming to you live from Southern Africa, Indian Ocean Division in Pretoria, South Africa. Don't forget to use the official hashtag GYD18 when you upload your pictures and videos on various media platforms so that we can keep in touch with you and know your whereabouts in terms of the activities that you'll be doing out there. Zimbabwe is our next destination, so take a look.
Chikurubi Female Maximum Prison will never forget the Adventist young people who facilitated the drilling of a borehole and equipping it. Mrs. Missy Hairabwi, the head of the female prison, sent her gratitude to the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
This garden used to flourish, but because of the dry spell which he experienced some few months ago, it was really a challenge. We had no any source of water here. That's all, the plants went dry. But because of this bowl, I think it is going to take us a long way. I am very thankful to the provision of this bowl. And again, as you can see over that fence, we also have a field there, so that if water is there, we can also utilize that.
We have gathered our friends from the streets, the less fortunate, the street kids, and we have decided to share with them a decent meal once for this day.
We went to the streets and we gave them water to drink, and we invited them to the church to come and eat something.
We are hoping that this kind of initiatives will carry on and will stop from here. This is GYD, it's the Youth Week of Prayer following after this. Anything that is compassionate that happens after this is called Compassion Ministries.
And we are excited that this has been a success. We praise God for collaboration that we got from our conferences, our young people from all the churches around the city center of Bulawayo.
GYD 2018, Food and Water Drive.
For over 10 years, well-wishers have tried to drill boreholes in the area only to sink into dry land. As part of the Global Youth Day initiative, the West Zimbabwe Conference embarked on a venture to assist the villagers who followed the whole process with much expectation.
As Adventist youth, we have to be intentional in our approach. So in planning for this Global Youth Day, we targeted this endpoint in the village. And by the way, they do not have any clean source for drinking water. They get their water from a dam, which is Sizzler, and which they share with the animals. As West Zimbabwe Conference youth, we put in a few pennies together to have this ball come as you see behind me. So after we have left, they will know that the Adventist youth was here to help. Jesus was here to help.
The West Zimbabwe Conference embarked on a venture to assist the villagers who followed the whole process with much expectation. As soon as the water table was reached and the sight of the precious liquid was before all, the villagers could only but break into uncontainable joy at the fulfillment of their long-standing prayers.
As the old adage goes, a friend in need is a friend indeed. The Mbizo youths lived up to this when they visited the Home for the Blind and rendered services such as cleaning, painting of the buildings, installation of a flush toilet system, and distribution of groceries and clothing. The home had been neglected for years, hence the dilapidated buildings, toilets, and dirty yard, since the community was dumping its refuse next to the home. A healthy environment free from waterborne diseases such as cholera and malaria was the thrust for these youths. Hence, they cleared the tall grass and repaired old toilets, since after the intake of food and water, there is need for a toilet.
As you can see, I'm standing with my fellow friends here. The youths in Mbizo have decided to paint the house of our fellow friends and give them food hampers and even repair their toilets and clean the whole place. We hope our program will change the lives of our friends.
I had the privilege of visiting the Kwekwe General Hospital with the Kwekwe Zone 1 youth, whose services to this community included water distribution and education. I will lead you through the activities. We are at the female surgical ward of the Kwekwe General Hospital, where the Adventist youth are distributing fruits and water to the patients. Hashtag Food and Water Drive, GYD 2018. If you're curious about what other youths are doing, follow me to the laundry room. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine.
How's the ironing and folding?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
Good, thanks. Why are you doing this?
As youths, we feel like this is a social responsibility for us to come here and help often with the patients, helping them make sure that they dress properly. You wouldn't want to see your relative all dressed up in dirty clothes.
Of course, yeah. Okay. So how do you feel about doing this?
I feel really useful, like I'm doing something that's worthwhile. Like a person's really gonna feel appreciated by wearing well-ironed clothes, well-washed clothes, yes. I feel really.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Bye guys.
Bye.
So that's it for the laundry. Let's go to the next station. A clean environment is key to any healthcare institution, and behind me the Pathfinders are picking up litter. Oh, what a joy it will be to hear the Savior say, I was hungry and you fed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was thirsty and you gave me water. Come enter my joy, you good and faithful steward.
GYD 2018, yeah!
Hola, Angola. Now let's see what the youth in Angola have in store for us.
Táxis grátis, roupas de graça, abraço bem consagrado, ainda como se não bastasse, uma refeição sem trabalhar por ela. Estas e outras mais é o gesto solidário levado a cabo pelos jovens da Igreja Adventista do Sétimo Dia, onde a união esteve patente nas ruas da cidade capital da Huila. O gesto da instituição realizado em referência que procedeu entregas de bens diversos aos munícipes desta cidade.
Fui surpreso, estava aqui sentado e os jovens convidaram para fazer uma oração e achei boa.
O arroz está aqui, o pão está aqui, mas sopa, está tudo aí, está certo.
Agostinho, o que é que recebeu?
Recebemos arroz, sopa, e caderno e mais camisa.
Estavas com muita fome?
Sim, estou.
Gostei muito que os irmãos da igreja ajudaram, apanhando lixo. Encontrei com o irmão da igreja, pediram a comida, me deram. Agradecer muito.
Comias no lixo?
Sim.
E hoje vais comer uma boa comida?
Sim, vou comer boa comida que os irmãos da igreja me deram.
Os jovens da igreja mostraram-se felizes em participar do gesto desta natureza.
Estamos nas ruas distribuindo alimento, alguma roupa, estamos também a distribuir o livro A Grande Esperança, então está a ser uma atividade muito boa. Como diz a Bíblia, quem sabe fazer o bem e não faz, comete algum pecado e nós temos que levar o Evangelho de Cristo por intermédio dessas doações que nós estamos a fazer. Então está a ser uma atividade super interessante.
Eu apenas estou aqui a oferecer a oração e estou a oferecer abraço. Então gostaria de dizer, com isso eu gostaria de dizer que estamos a oferecer essas coisas para confortar os necessitados.
O diretor da Juventude da Igreja Adventista do Sétimo Dia disse que o gesto não para por aqui.
Now, Spoo, the story that stands out for me the most is the story of a borehole, a drilling of a borehole at a female maximum prison. And it's easy for us to forget the needs that they have in the facilities. But the most easiest thing is to forget that those people in prison are also part of our community and we need to help them where necessary. Now, great job to Zimbabwe for that. And next up, we have Botswana.
Hi, and welcome to Botswana. My name is Pakwasami. For this year's Global Youth Day, we are at the residence of Matop. As part of our Global Youth Day initiative, we've always done acts of compassion. And through the previous years, or better yet, the year before, we were at this very residence in which we engaged in painting the buildings behind us here. But we figured, let's not just make this a once-off thing, but continue sharing our love with her. And so we saw it fit to come and share the food hamper with Ms. Topo and her children. With me is Mr. Huludi to provide the food hamper. Here we are with the lady, the mother, and the grandmother, and also the owner of this residence, Mrs. Top. We're here providing the food hamper, and we just want to find out how she feels about this event. Just as you've heard from her, she says she's really happy that we have come through to visit her. In short, what she just said is she would love for us to come and continue visiting her so that she can one day be part of us in the faith and be a Seventh-day Adventist.
This is a very important aspect in our community, as we have a lot of families without food and water. So in this particular day, we'll be providing different people we have identified who need water and food. Come to our second homestead to conclude our Global Youth Day activities of giving food to our communities. We're encouraging you as young people out there to go out and preach the gospel by doing acts of kindness.
This is us, live from Botswana, Global Youth Day, Sorowe. Thank you.
Well done, Botswana, for having continuity on one of your projects from last year. Consistency is the foundation of long-lasting relationships. We hope you two young people can emulate what the young people from Botswana have done.
Yes, and of course, our GYD stories can never, ever be complete without us visiting the warm heart of Africa. And up next is Malawi.
Adventist youth from 6 churches in Area 3 district in Lilongwe have adopted the rehabilitation of this borehole and its sanitary facilities as their community project for the 2018 Global Youth Day. Inspired by the theme Food and Water Drive, the youth are making goodwill donations to support the project. Officially launching the project is the Youth Director for Central Malawi Conference, Pastor Chansen Chewere Banda. In his keynote address, he underscores the essence of the Global Youth Day is to mentor and inculcate a spirit of community service in the youth. He says this is reflected in their generous giving towards the borehole rehabilitation project.
We have encouraged the youth to contribute towards the rehabilitation of this borehole. So the youth we've seen today is just a sample of the many youths who are contributing towards this borehole.
In his remarks, village headman Chikwaila hails the church for the timely intervention, saying once the borehole is functional, it will save his subjects from premature deaths.
You know, Hebrews chapter 13, verse 15 and 16 tells us that we are supposed to offer our sacrifices of praise to God, the fruit of our lips. But verse 16 then tells us that we are not supposed to forget to share what we have with others. And the youth at Kabula SDA Church today have done exactly that, showing compassion to the people around. And one last thing, the spirit of prophecy tells us that there is no influence that can surround the human soul with such power as a life that is unselfish.
In connection to 2018 Global Youth Day theme, Food and Water, the Adventist youth in Malawi fulfilled their obligation through many activities this year, including planting of trees in so many places, some of which were water catchment areas.
Well, we have planned to plant 3,000 seedlings here.
Realizing that some youth in the country are not as privileged as they are to have a proper meal 3 to 4 times a day, Adventist youth in Malawi shared their meals with young people from orphanages all across the country, sharing and showing the love of Jesus.
The activities that are taking place here, we have to share food and water to our friends.
In addition to the gospel that they continue to share, Adventist youth shared food with those in hospitals all over Malawi, feeding not only their souls, but their bodies as well.
I think it's a great time to go to the streets of social media. So what do you have for us?
Of course, please note that Indian Ocean and Mozambique have sent through their pictures.
Awesome.
We'll flight them through during the program. Okay. Now it's time for us to get on social media, guys. And what I've liked to see, there's a guy here, his name is Chumuka Shandomo from Orlando West, Seventh-day Adventist. He's showing us right here. Yeah, he's showing us right here the preparation of the Global Youth Day. Let's start with the first picture.
Outside the church.
Outside the church, they created a wonderful poster there. You can see food and water drive. And the theme and how the program is going to go from 8:30 and all the way until 5 p.m. Wow, great, amazing. The second picture, they're showing us the food that they'll be donating to the different people in their community. We can see the tissues. Amazing. Number 2, the second picture is, we can see them young people transporting their groceries, as you can see there, and we can see young people taking selfies. Yes, please make sure that you also share your memories, because I did say, guys, I did say that you need to share your memories. #GYD18. We see young people are taking selfies. Also do the same thing. Let's move on to the second person. And the second church is Orlando West.
Also in Gauteng.
Also in Gauteng.
Also in Soweto, actually.
Also in Soweto, yes. Orlando West, we can see there, wonderful people. They're also preparing, they're doing the same thing, which is the preparation of the food. We can see there's a guy there, 17 March. He's been offered an orange
beautiful,
there.
Yes.
Beautiful story of food and water drive. Amazing. Or the hut. This is the general conference.
Yes, they say if you create a hut, you will win a surprise.
Awesome. Immediately when you're done with your Global Youth Day, you need to take a picture of a hut.
Yeah.
Okay, so Manin, what do you have on your side?
I have Preciously Shabalala, and she's actually from Phosphorus Marimba Church, also in Gauteng, in the east. And she posted #GYD18 as we asked. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
And Marimba SDA Youth Food and Water Drive.
Yeah.
What's that? Be the Sermon 2018. And she says we are ready. There's water and I think
there's a chocolate. But it's a fitness chocolate. No, it's a chocolate.
Is it?
Fitness.
Okay, that's fitness chocolate.
It looks like an energy bar.
Yes, and the posters are beautiful. Food and Water Drive. And we move on to Samukele.
Yeah,
Samukele. Let's see. Samukele. His surname?
Samukele.
Yes, these are the people that were actually tagging us as requested.
Yeah.
And Samukele has, they've been doing so much. They've been doing so much, guys. And we see here that they also went to a church. They said Chedza Midrand handing out food and clothes to Kaya Lotenda and Tembisa Child Welfare, GYD 18, be the sermon. And then we have Globe. Oh, which pastor is this?
All right, so we have Pastor Sikane in Tembisa cooking pap.
He literally, there's a big pot there and a wooden pin. And he's making pap. Well done, Pastor Sikane.
Well done, Pastor Sikane.
That's beautiful. And the last one we have Food and Water Drive.
Yes.
Swissie's sister is here. And they're giving out juice. Thank you so much for sharing. Do not forget to keep having a GYD lifestyle and not a once-year-off event. And that's our social media.
Just make sure you use the official hashtag, which is
GYD18.
Our host, City Pretoria, has a GYD celebration taking place in one of the iconic places in Gauteng, the Union Buildings.
Yeah.
And I believe Pastor Khumalo is there to celebrate with them. And guess what? It is raining, unfortunately.
It's raining.
And you know, against all odds, people are there to celebrate.
We are still serving.
So Pastor Khumalo is over there. Pastor Khumalo, what do you have to say?
Thank you, Sibusiso. Hi, young people around the world. Welcome to the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division Global Youth Day. As you can see, it is pouring here. It is actually supporting our theme for water and food. And here we are with these young people who are flanking us, who are here to act out the love of Christ, carry out these acts of kindness to the people around us. And here also behind us is the statue of Nelson Mandela, that icon, even though he's no longer with us, but his acts still speak volumes about what he has done before. Behind the statue is the Union Buildings, which are the seat of the South African government, where the president of the country and the cabinet are doing their business.
Today, the youth of Sunnyside came and braved out the rain to come and be with the poor. We'd like to thank God for this day.
We're out distributing food and water to the less privileged. God bless you until we meet again.
The youth of Sunnyside were compelled to come out and give back to the community.
Thank you, Pastor Manda and Pastor John and Pastor Temba, for the wonderful work you are doing. Without the union and the conferences, Global Youth Day would not be a success. Follow us as we go to another GYD location. God bless you. We're here at LNJ again to do Global Youth Day activities. We thank God for the opportunity He has given us. And here I'm flanked by the two leaders as indicated earlier on.
We targeted the church members to come and mobilize this place, especially the young people. We had a short service in the morning just to gear us so that we are able to have enthusiasm to go to the sacrament around and pray with the people and share the word with them and give them the tract that they're going to read in our absence when we live here. And then from there, we have managed to gather some parcels that we are going to hand it over to some of the people who have come to join us here. They will be receiving the food parcel, and after the food parcels, we are going to again have a lunch or fellowship together. We have prepared fruits, we have prepared soup, we have prepared bread.
Today we realize that more than anything, Jesus has sent us to be his hands and his feet, and we're gathered here as brothers and sisters to come and serve our community. So today we are saying, we are the sermon.
We are fulfilling what Jesus did, because Jesus was feeding people before he preaches to them. So we are here with this community to share with them what we have as Jesus did.
We are here in this community to show them love and to give them food parcels and share with them the love of Christ.
We are here at LNJ settlement. We've just finished doing acts of kindness. We distributed food and water. We want to thank the local leadership, the youth directors and the church leaders for the cooperation they've given us to ensure that people receive acts of kindness. Now back to you, Manini and Busiso in the studio.
Thank you so much, Pastor Khumalo. And there's so much excitement on the ground. Now, I only have 4 words for you. You were never ready for our next story.
Yes, indeed. Hang in tight, because you are in for the ride of your Global Youth Day. See what I did there?
Hi, my name is Rashaka Mbeban. You can call me Shakes. I live in Pretoria, which is in South Africa. I live with a family of 4. It's me, my mom, my brother, and a helper. We live in a nice place, nice area, very quiet. My hobbies, I love music. I just love music. But I'm a student at school, finishing up this year, and I have been asked to swap my life for 24 hours, and I don't know where I'm going, but I hope this will be a life-changing experience. Let me not say I was forced. I wasn't forced. I accepted this willingly. So I hope this will all go well. I trust in the Lord to protect me. He will protect me.
What does home mean to you? Is it a place? Is it a feeling? Is it the sense of community? A sense of belonging?
Hi, how are you? I'm all right, man.
Is home a place of refuge, or simply a place where you put your head down to sleep? Shakes is about to find out what home means to Eric. For 24 hours, he will get out of his comfort zone and swap all the luxuries that he is all too familiar with for a day in a place Eric calls home.
Looks like you're a bit nervous. Are you shaken up by this experience?
Well, not really. I think, I don't know what to expect, so I guess I'm nervous. I'm leaving my mom at home. Leaving my house. I don't know where I'm going, actually. So we'll see when we get there.
Oh, so you are going to spend the night there?
Yeah, apparently I'll be sleeping there. So I don't know where I'm sleeping, actually, or what the arrangement is. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna eat also. So I hope there's food wherever I'm going. That's the most important thing for me, food.
I'm just mind-boggled by this. What's going to happen?
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I'm so nervous, because I haven't been told anything about food. I haven't been told what I'm going to eat or if there's food where I'm going. So, very nervous about that. In fact, if there's no food,
I'll have to call my mom. I have to call my mom. If there's no food, no. Food is important.
Well, when we arrived here in Drift in Pretoria, South Africa, I wanted to go back home because I was scared. I was really nervous. I didn't know what to expect. And when we arrived, stepping out of the car, I greeted the host, Eric, and he welcomed me with open arms. And we entered his house, his smaller house. It's a small tin 4-corner, and everything is in that house. His bed, his bathroom, his kitchen, everything is in there. So I wasn't sure if I'd be able to spend the night with a stranger at first. So I was really scared. Yeah.
Yo, at first it was not easy, because when I saw him coming, then I compared the life that I live. I thought it was going to be a burden. But yo, he's a very humble guy. He's down to earth. I was worried. Will he be able to cook using fire? Will he be able to eat our food stuff? Yo, this guy, he's a good guy.
We decided to take a walk. According to him, it was a 20-minute walk. But at the end of the day, I think we spent 46 minutes walking to where he finds work. Basically, that is what most of the men here do. They walk to one of the hardware stores to look for work, different jobs in painting, plumbing, and all that stuff. And that's how they make money for their families. So I was really humbled to experience what they experience every day. And sometimes they don't find work and they come back hungry and stuff. There are 2 taps for everybody in this community, which took me back to my days in Venda when I would visit relatives and stuff. It's the same thing. So I was comfortable with that. That was like home. So we went to fetch water and we came back and we washed some clothes. And after that, we took a trip down the road to a small market within the community just to get vegetables, tomatoes for cooking. And they were very reasonably priced, better than the big stores that we go to. And I really am not used to buying groceries on the street, basically. So this was truly an experience for me, a different experience for me. But yeah, the people are very humble. The people are very friendly, which is a good thing. So I am used to barbecue, or what we call it in South Africa, braai. So I've never cooked with firewood or anything like that. So I learned how to do that, which is good. And we had to eat the stuff we cooked, which was okay. It was okay. Honestly, I wasn't comfortable with eating. You have to understand that I wasn't sure about my feelings on the food that we'd eat. But I realized that we eat the same food. I recognized the morojo, if I can say that we ate. I recognized it. I was like, no, I eat this at home. Pap, I eat this at home. Milk, I eat this at home. So I felt like I'm at home. I'm at home. We're eating the same things. So that's what we ate in the evening. And in the bedroom, when we decided to sleep, to take a nap, I lay there thinking about all the people we met with Brother Eric. He introduced me to a few people, his friends around.
And then I was thinking, will he be able to sleep in a shack? Because they used to sleep in palaces, these guys. So when I said now it's time for us to rest, I saw he was a bit scared. I don't know, but as the day was going, I saw he was comfortable. We even chat, we exchange a lot of stories. Then we slept very well.
Look, these people are normal people like me and you. These people, the only difference is that I might have a washing machine to do my washing. I might have a kitchen this side, a bedroom that side. I might have all these luxuries. And I realize that at the end of the day, we all believe in the same God. We all trust in the same God, and we should all treat each other in the same way.
These guys, the way I will look at them and see them, that's not how they are. They are also humans. They so need us to welcome them, to associate them, to share with them. So with the sheikhs, hey, we are more like friends, brothers. We will continue on chatting. We will continue on teaching each other new skills. I also hope he's going to teach me some advanced life.
In fact, I have a new friend, or should I say a brother. I have a brother, Eric, who I will stay in communication with. In fact, later on today, I'll be bringing a few friends from church, and we're gonna close this whole project off by giving out food just for the community in general.
Because we are in different situations, I wanted to encourage the youth like this. It's very easy for them because their lives are a bit better than us. If they come to us, it's easy for us to accept them, to welcome them. It's very uneasy for us to go and try to create or make relationships with them. So be the first, then it will be easy. Everything will be easy to us. Like if you stand afar from us, then we think, we cannot make it.
I would urge the youth around the world to find the need in their community and to do something about it. You shouldn't be scared of the area that you are going to. Those are just formalities. Just do what you need to do for the Lord and you'll be blessed. If you were to ask me, would you do this again, Sheikhs? Yes, I would do this. I would do this again. I wouldn't mind.
It's time for Sheikhs to say goodbye to his newfound friend. The exercise may have lasted only 24 hours, but Sheikhs is leaving with a lifelong lesson that home is sharing. Home is laughter. Home is building relationships, but most of all, home is love.
So Manini, after watching that documentary, it's really painful to realize that there are people that are very disadvantaged out there.
Yeah.
I think Sheikhs made a huge difference by simply going and actually having the real experience as to the people that to see what these people are going through.
Yeah.
You know, delivering food there, delivering water there, now will make sense because he actually put himself in those people's shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very painful situation.
For me, I think all I could think about was putting yourself in that person's shoes. And what stood up the most for me was that he said he did not realize that they actually eat the same food.
Yep.
So I think just because someone is less fortunate doesn't mean they're less important.
Yeah, that's very true. Yes, man, after all this talk about food and water, it's time for us to sign off with an awesome verse that I picked up in John 4, verse 24.
Yeah.
It says, whoever drinks of the water that I will give him shall never thirst, but the water that I will give him will become in him a well of water springing up to eternal life.
That is a beautiful verse to close it off. And as Sbu said, as you quench your physical thirst, never ever neglect your spiritual thirst, because at the end of the day, that is all that matters. Now from myself, Manini, and I don't know why they said this, but the awesome Sbu Siso and the team behind the scenes, the SID says thank you, goodbye, and God bless.